Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a basics and beginners guide for Raid, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so I have no idea how long or, intense this video is going to be. I'm just going to be kind of going over the general things that a new player should know and kind of the mechanics of the game and how to play properly and things to consider. So it's going to kind of be a casual discussion of kind of things that I wish I would have known when I started and just kind of going over everything so you're maybe not so overwhelmed. But okay, so when you kind of start the game, the goal is to kind of farm as much XP and silver per energy, to use your energy efficiently. And energy is this little lightning bolt thing on the top middle. One important thing to know is you don't want the left number to be higher than the right, like when you quit, because this energy recharges over time. So if your left number is higher, like right now mine's 45 out of 97, but sometimes you get rewards, or like when you level up or you get something from a quest and your energy will be like 150 over 97. That means I'm no longer generating energy. So every 3 minutes that I'm above my max energy, I'm wasting energy. So if you're above that, you want to try and get it below your max so that when you quit playing for a couple hours, you're generating energy. Energy is a very important mechanic to keep up in this game because that's going to determine how much you can farm and how quickly you can progress. The thing over to the right is the tokens. The thing that I have 7 out of 10, that's your arena tokens, and that's what's going to allow you to battle in the arena versus other players' armies. When you are in the arena, you get arena points, and you also get badges that you can use in your Great Hall to kind of improve your stuff over time, and you can kind of choose which category that you want to focus on, which affinity. Like my main guy is a magic dealer or a magic affinity hero, so I went my first upgrade was magic attack because my main character is kind of the character I use for farming, so I went that route. So the tavern is where you're going to be upgrading your champions, like using the champions, the XP that you farm in other characters. You're going to be feeding that into your main characters. Now, in the tavern, this is a really important spot for you upgrading the bulk of your army. So what we want to do is 1-star characters max out at level 10, 2 stars max out at level 20, 3 stars max out at level 30, and etc. So we want to slowly kind of build all of our champions up to new ranks so that we can keep improving the overall quality of our heroes and our army. So we start at a level 1 or a 1-star. This connect guy is a 1-star, which means max level is 10. Now to upgrade rank, you have to be the max level for that character, and this connect is at the max level, level 10. So that means I can upgrade. Now, a 1-star champion only needs 1 character to upgrade. So we would select another 1-star, and then that's going to allow me to upgrade here on the bottom right, you see, for 1,500 silver. So when I click that, now that 1-star champion became a 2-star champion. So you get a character to its max level, then you use a champion of that similar rank to upgrade them to the next rank. Now, when we move into upgrading a 2-star, so that was a 1-star that we upgraded. Now, so this 2-star is max level at level 20. Now I need 2 champions instead of just the 1 because it's a 2-star. So I would select my 2 stars. Ideally, you want to use level 1s because you don't want to waste XP. I know on the first example, I used a level 7. That's just because that's all I had kind of sitting around. But, ideally, you want to use characters that are level 1 because then you're not wasting XP, because this XP is just going to be gone forever once you kind of feed these champions into each other. So my 2-star is level 20. That means I can upgrade it. I'm going to have to select these 2 champions to upgrade it. Then I upgrade for 4,000. And that 2-star becomes a 3-star. And you can repeat this process. When you upgrade a 3-star, you're going to need 3 level 1 3-stars to upgrade it to a 4-star, and so on. And once you start upgrading a few, 1-star and 2-star champions, you will get the hang of how this mechanic works. Ascending. This is done with the potions that you see here listed on the bottom. each class will have, you know, they'll need the blue potions or the green potions, etc. And you're gonna get these from the dungeons. You're gonna get these, you know, different dungeons give you different ones, and it kind of shows you. The Spirit Keep gives you the green, the Magic Keep gives you the blue, and that's gonna be how you ascend your champions. And kind of the main thing as a new player to know is, as far as ascending, is if we look at the skills tab, usually if they have an exclamation point, it means it's something that can ascend. So right there you see for this sorceress, it says ascended skill. Once this character ascends to three times to a 3-star ascension, it's going to unlock or improve that skill that much. It shows the difference between the ascended skill and the regular skill. And I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but there's kind of a lot to understand kind of right when you hop on the game. So if you have any questions, definitely drop it down in the comments and I will help you out. But that's kind of what ascending is. And then your champions have masteries, and the only one I've done masteries for is my main guy so far. So the masteries are going to be done with scrolls that you get in the, like, fighting versus the Minotaur's Labyrinth. You can see the little scroll there. So instead of the potions, that one has the scrolls. And I wouldn't focus too much on the ascending and the scrolls while you're new. And then the portal, this is, you know, and if you click the little information thing, you can see the chances. Your mystery shards are your most common, and that's kind of the breakdown. You can't get epic or legendary with those. It's only common and uncommons. Then you move on to the ancients that are going to give you mostly rares, some epics, and rarely a legendary. Voids look like they are the same thing as ancients, but they're actually a little bit different. They have about the same odds for stuff, but voids are where you get the void champions. And when we look at the affinity triangle, I'll pull it up here. So if we go to like the battle screen, you can see there in the middle, force counters magic, magic counters spirit, and spirit counters force. And then in the middle, you have the void. Void champions aren't going to be overly strong or overly weak against anything. They're just kind of their own affinity. They're not going to be hard countering or being hard countered. So that's what the void shards are going to be giving you, is those void champions. And then pulling this back up, you move past that to a sacred shard, and that's where you're going to be getting your legendaries, but only 6% of the time still. So, but you are at least guaranteed an epic with a sacred shard. Now, when you're a new player, you want to be focusing on, you know, upgrading your 1-star champions and 2-star champions to be getting food to upgrade the quality of your army. I wouldn't be wasting a lot of things early in the game, like your skill tomes and worrying about like min-maxing your build, because eventually you're going to be using epic and legendary champions at some point down the road, probably for the most part. So I wouldn't worry too much. I would save up kind of your items that you get from rewards. And, you know, focus on this missions tab down here and complete these, because when you do 150 of these, you will get that guaranteed sacred shard, which is going to be at least an epic, maybe a legendary. So focus on those missions, focus on these quests, and kind of complete what it's telling you. And, you know, focus on challenges and just kind of complete this stuff. But I would, for the most part, hoard the rewards. Any rewards usually come up here in the top right in this inbox thing. You can see I have some rewards kind of stored here. You want to, you know, use your energy and your tokens when you're kind of low. So that's kind of where a lot of them will go if you can't find them. The index is just where it shows you all the different factions and stuff. So kind of self-explanatory for you to just kind of look through the champions and see what there is to offer. As far as going over battles, so when you're farming, you want to be, like I said earlier in the video, you want to be maximizing your XP and gold per energy. So you want to kind of clear the highest level that you can do efficiently. So what I have kind of found is I like to use 2 strong champions. You can see my main is level 48, and then I have a second really strong champion that's level 40 that I put good gear on. And then I have 2, I call them slough characters, where I'm just farming XP. I'm just using them to feed into other champions. And so this is kind of how I farm XP. Is my main one really good character and then two just trash characters that I'm leveling up. Now, some people will say it's best to solo, to use only your main character or one really good character and then 3 Slough XP characters. But what I have found is I can't clear near as high of content if I don't have that second really good character to help beef up my army. And what that means is I get a lot less silver, and I was finding that I was getting less XP per energy. So I like to use that second really strong character. And then when you go into battle, you're probably for the most part going to want to put it on auto. And one kind of cool thing is you can target people even in auto battle. You can click on an enemy character and target it. I'll show on the next one. Like if there's something I want to focus down, I can click that and you can see the red circles kind of come underneath it, or the red triangles. And then when it dies, it lets you target something else if you want. But you probably won't have to use that super often if you're just farming XP. Put it on auto ×2, and just let it ride. But you'll see here, I'll let this battle end and I'll kind of talk about the results. And you can also pop open this information tab when you're new, and this is a good way for you to kind of learn what the different buffs and debuffs mean. So now you'll see that this ended, and I have one character that's max level, and then my other 3 are getting XP. So you don't want to be in a position where you have a full army that's maxed out unless you're really trying to progress, but you want to make sure your characters are getting XP and not at the max level for the most part. And then you'll see I got 5,700 silver. So this is the advantage of using 2 strong champions instead of just 1 when you're farming XP. I can farm a lot higher and get more silver per energy, and getting 3,800 XP, if I don't bring that second strong character, I'm gonna have to bump down the difficulty so that my main character can clear efficiently, and that means I'll be getting less silver and probably less overall XP. So you got to kind of play around with that with your army and figure out what the most efficient XP and silver per energy kind of spot to farm is for you. So that'll be something that you'll play around with and figure out over time. But yeah, I mean, that kind of covers mostly what I wanted to go over as far as like basics for understanding the game. If there's something, obviously, there's a lot. I could make this video in an hour long and really dive into everything, but I don't want to, take up too much of your time. I just wanted to quickly kind of go over things for a new player. The rest should be the game does walk you through a little bit of it at the start, but if there's something that you just don't understand or you have a question about, if you leave it in the comments, I'll do my best to answer it for you and help you out. So, as always, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Peace.